Mad, sick, Reggaeville.
Yes, Reggaeville family, welcome to another episode at Munchy's Yaad, where I welcome some great talents, some great personalities that share their music with me, but also their background story. People that have never been video interviewed for Reggaeville, so you will get to meet a whole lot of new people. And I now have the pleasure to welcome at my yard, also from Kingston, Jamaica, Sevana. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really well. I'm feeling really well. Actually, I'm not from Kingston. That's a funny story. Yeah, I moved from Westmoreland, which is the other side of the island, when I was about 16. So I've been in Kingston for about 6 years or so. Yeah.
That's great because you started already. How I would love for you to start this show today by introducing yourself, because I just want you to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the Reggaeville family. So apart from coming to Kingston from Westmoreland, what are you all about?
I'm really all about music. About writing music. I'm a music fan as well, so I really love listening to new different types of music. I love dancing to music, so I'm very musical.
And multi-talented then.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Yes. I mean, just recently you created waves with two songs that you contributed to Protege's album, The Ancient Future. How did you first get to know him? And you're also part of the Indignation Collective?
Yes, in the collective.
You're right. So how did that come about?
Well, okay. So what happened was, I guess a friend of his introduced him to my stuff, because I had some covers on SoundCloud at the time, and she introduced him to my stuff, and he listened to it, and he messaged me on Twitter. Ended up performing on his show, not last year, not the year, I think it was 2013. That's when I performed on his show, and then we kept in touch, because he really was excited about working with me, and me as well. To work with him, and he had me hear the rhythm for "Bit Too Shy," which is my very first single, official single. I'm not sure if you heard that one.
Yes, I did.
He did. Right, but yeah. So he made me hear the rhythm, and I really connected with it. Usually, I'm not so great at writing to rhythms, because I don't know. It feels less organic. But this one was easy, because it was in my frequency then, so it was easy to write to. And then, so Bit Too Shy was born. And then he of course, he was working on his album still at the time. So he had asked me to, jump onto other tracks, and that's what happened.
So how was it actually like in the studio with Winter and Protege and Jazzy Royal is as well on Sudden Flight?
Right. No, it was great. It was very good energy. They're all very positive, and they all listen really well as well. You know what I mean? So if I have a suggestion for something, they'll be like, yeah, man, all right, cool. For example, for Sudden Flight, they had me, Winter had asked me to just sing the hook however I wanted. And he ended up just picking like 3 different types. I mean, the what do you call it? I forget what you call the inflection, right? So I had the inflections on each of the hooks were different. That ended up on Sudden Flight. So yeah.
Both of those songs came out amazing, but you mentioned it already. Of course, you have your own music as well. Right. Bit Too Shy was the first single, so are you actually a bit too shy?
I wouldn't say I'm shy. I'm definitely quiet sometimes, because I am a people watcher and I like to observe. But I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm shy at all. No, I get a little bit nervous, say on a stage or a little bit, but it doesn't last for a very long time.
So what would you consider yourself? Like, what are your strengths or what are your weaknesses?
My strengths?
Apart from the amazing voice.
Apart from my talent. I guess I'm intuitive. I'd say I think I was gifted in that respect, and my weakness would probably be I don't know. Talking sometimes, I'm not so great at that, and also timing. I'm working on that as well.
All right. See, so that can still be improved. You said it already. You write your lyrics yourself. That means all the lyrics that you write for your music are written by yourself.
They're written by me. Yeah, I wrote Bit Too Shy. And actually contributed to the bridge in Love Gone Cold as well. Okay. Yeah.
So what inspires your music? How can I imagine you? You sit down and you just make up your mind, all right, let's write a song, or how does it normally go about?
No, actually I make up songs as the days passed. You know what I mean? So usually it starts to form in my head. like at the beginning of the week or the beginning of the day, depending on how the day flows. And then by the end of that day or the end of the week or whatever, I'll have the song and I'll just sit down and it'll just flow out of me. So usually that's how it works most times. Yeah.
And how did this entire music flowing process start in the first place? When did you first start singing, in a choir or something?
No, actually never sang in the choir. No, I wasn't a church person. How did I start singing? I started singing in my bathroom. And then I feel like the first time I got confirmation that yeah, you can sing was around we're having breakfast, me and my family, and I started singing to Celine Dion's A New Day. I was singing along and then everybody was like, "Oh, you can sing." And then I guess that's where it developed. When I was 16 also, I took it to another level because I was always passionate about music, even though I hadn't made up my mind yet that I wanted to pursue it fully. I entered Rising Stars. It's like Jamaican talent show, and with two other girls, and we came third. And then after that, I went back to school, worked a little bit, and then that's where I kind of, I challenged myself to really find my purpose because I wasn't feeling like I was fulfilling my, what I'm here for. Yeah. So that's why I really committed to music, and I was like, no, this is definitely what gives me joy, and it's what sets my soul on fire. So.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
So, Bit Too Shy dropped already. Then you have the songs on Protoge's album. What else can we look forward to? Are you working on an EP or an album?
Yes. Working for the album to be finished tentatively September. And then we're working on releasing an EP before that, so that my supporters can have new stuff because they've been asking as well. So I don't want to keep them waiting for too long.
Exactly. For the impatient persons out there, the EP will soon drop. Who are you working with on that? With Protege?
It will. Yeah, I'm a part of the Indie Collective, so I think I'll be working with Winter on a lot of the pieces, and then whoever else, because I do want to collaborate with other sounds and other types of producers. So yeah.
And speaking of sounds, what can we expect from it, like sonically? Will it be roots, rock and reggae, or will there be maybe some other fusions of other genres?
Definitely fusions. I'm into jazz, and I really appreciate the folk sound and blues, and I also roots reggae. Definitely, element of reggae has to be in there. So you'll get a little bit of everything. You'll hear it in the attitude and the tone, and I think it'll be exciting. So.
It really sounds exciting to me already, so I'm really looking forward to hearing the final product when it drops. I would just like for you to use the final minutes of this interview. This is now your microphone, this is your time and your space. Whatever you want to share with the Reggaeville family, may it be a message, a song, whatever, this is all yours. Thank you so much, Sevana, for coming here to Munchy's Yaad and sharing your positive energy and your great spirit with me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and please, it's all yours.
All right, I guess I'll leave you guys with Sudden Flight's chorus because everybody's excited about that one. It's like a banger. All right. I got to stay true to the things you know. All right. Nothing worth the gain is attained by sudden flight. Got to keep your goals in sight, even in the darkest night. Have faith in the Father, the one who shines your light. Big up to all of Reggaeville, everybody who listens, everybody who watches, and thanks, Munchy, for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was so lovely.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mad, sick, Reggaeville.